Hey everybody, welcome to Collection Update number 1. Stay tuned and I'm going to talk about what band got me into death metal and what that first album that I bought was. And I'm also going to talk about some new additions to my collection. Hey everybody, this is Sean and welcome to my channel, Some Dude in Texas. And this is my Collection Update number 1. Now, what you see behind me, this collection here, it's mainly going to be hard rock and, some classic rock and some 80s metal. I will show those, from time to time because I got some pretty good ones in there. But I mainly want to start showing the heavier stuff because that's the stuff that I'm really into. The classic thrash metal, the modern thrash metal, and the classic and modern death metal as well. But as you know, a lot of that stuff is expensive, right? It'll cost you, a right arm and a left nut for some of these albums. But the record companies are starting to reissue them, and they're starting to be, more affordable. And they're actually putting them out in some cool, color variations as well. So that makes it kind of neat. Well, what I wanted to do on this first episode was, just show a few albums, but talk about the band that got me into death metal and what the first album was that I bought. So we'll go ahead and get started. So the first band, that got me into death metal, it was Death. And pretty sure they got a lot of people into death metal. But I was watching MTV one night, as either a junior or senior in high school, and the video for Lack of Comprehension came on. I'd never seen Death, never heard of them, never seen the video, and it just blew me away. Chuck's voice, Sean's drumming, Paul's guitar playing, he had that Steinberger up real high. And, first time I ever saw the hair mill too. I mean, it just blew me away. So the next day I got up and I went to the local record store. I grew up in Dallas. We had, there's a big store called, a big chain called Sound Warehouse. It's part of North Texas, and I think they went up in Oklahoma too. But anyway, they just had every album either on vinyl, CD, or tape. So I went in there and I picked it up. It was Death's Human. Now this is the actual reissue. The original that I bought back there, over 30 years ago, was this one right here. I got it on CD. And I thought I lost it, throughout the years of moving and this and that. But I came across, it was probably about a year ago, came across a box of my stuff, and it had a lot of CDs in it, and this was one of them. And I was ecstatic. I was glad that I still had it. Came across some other ones that I'll show as well in future updates. But this album, when I started, going into vinyl again, came across this. I had to get it. It's always kind of had a soft spot in my heart. A lot of people may not like this album. Spiritual Healing, the early ones may be their favorite ones, but I just, like I said, this was the band that got me into death metal, and I just love that, technical kind of, the intro to Lack of Communication. It's just, awesome. Other songs on here, of course, Suicide Machine. I love that song as well. Now this one here, the vinyl, it actually has the God of Thunder, Kiss cover. CD doesn't, and I'm okay with that. I'm not a big Kiss fan, and not sure why they did that, but but anyway, rest of the album, killer, love it. So yeah, Death, Human, first death metal album and band that I got into. Also, one other thing I wanted to talk about, it came in one of these, man. I can't stand these things. What about y'all? It's got the sticky strip on the back. To me, it's like every time you take it out, it sticks to it, and it's a pain in the neck. Y'all let me know what y'all think about these stupid things. All right, so next albums, same band. We're going to keep along the death vibe, and that's Gruesome, Savage Land. I mean, I started going around looking at new death metal bands and bands I haven't heard of, because I've been living under a rock probably the past 15, 20 years when it comes to this genre. So I started digging, came across this one, and I was like, man, it sounds just like Death. Started doing some research and found out why. That's what they're shooting for. But great album. I got this off a guy from Discogs, And I bought it. I don't remember what the color variation was that I bought originally, but he sent me a message saying, "Hey, I don't have that one, but I've got bronze. You know, where you take bronze." And I was like, "Yeah, I don't care. You know, as long as I get the album and the music." But I got to thinking, man, that must be one that's not really sought after. But you know, didn't care. I got it, and I mean, I guess it's bronze. I don't know. You know, I guess in the light it kind of looks it, but I don't know. You tell me. I mean, that looks like doo-doo brown to me. But I guess they they call it bronze. But anyway, you know, I didn't care. It's the music that matters, so I was happy to get it. Killer album. Now the next one is gonna be the latest one. Twisted Prayers. This is a killer album as well, and color on this one is it's a lot better. It looks pretty neat. And it makes me laugh at how, you know, you gotta love these death metal bands, right? The way they describe certain things. Well, this one, it's limited to 1,000 copies. It's called Soul Sperm. Well, let's get ready. See what Soul Sperm, I guess, looks like. This one is pretty awesome. Camera's really not doing it justice. It's really kind of a real bright neon green. But I like these colors like this when they got the splatter and the different speckles in there. Y'all let me know what y'all think about these color vinyls. I know some people don't like them. To me, I like them. You know, it kind of, you know, gives you some different options. To me, it doesn't take away from the sound. I don't hear it, but I'm also not, you know, playing on some very expensive system either. Now, the picture disc, yeah, I got burned on that. You know, I learned my lesson. I got a couple of them, and I just didn't think it sounded as good. It just sounded, you know, real thin, kind of tinny. So I won't do the picture disc, but the color ones, yeah, I dig them, man. I like them. All right, now this next album, I actually did a review on this a couple episodes ago. It's a band out of Chicago, Illinois. It's an old school style, you know, death metal. Molder. Man, I am really digging this album. Like I said, it's just got that old school style to it. And just killer songs, man, from start to end. Love it. I love that album cover. Like I said, it has that creep show kind of feel to it, you know, when the green stuff was growing all over Stephen King. It's pretty neat. Now, the picture that was on the website, it was saying, and it even says it here on the album, but the vinyl is a clear vinyl with green, yellow, brown, and pink splatter. I didn't really like the way it looked, but it was the only one available, so I went ahead and went with it. But then when I got it, here, check it out. Not really clear. More of that kind of smoke black. It looks a lot different than what it showed on the website. I actually like this a lot better. Looks really cool. I don't know if it was just like a misprint, you know, with the photo, or maybe there are some clear ones out there. Maybe just a batch went through. They didn't have it. But y'all let me know what y'all have if y'all have this album. But yeah, this one's pretty cool. Yeah, like I said, I'm really liking this band right now. It's probably my favorite death metal band at this time. And if y'all haven't checked them out, definitely do. I think y'all dig them. But once again, Molder. Engrossed in Decay. All right, that wraps up this episode, this collection update. Hey, I really appreciate y'all watching. And if you like what you're seeing, be sure to hit that subscribe and like button. Now, I'm going to be doing these updates probably every 2-3 weeks as I get new pieces in. And I'll keep them short, you know, maybe 4 or 5 albums at a time. So once again, thanks for watching. Until next time, y'all take care. Y'all come back now, you hear?